Pardon me. There we go. Hello, everybody, and happy Thursday or Friday Eve, depending on, who you talk to, I suppose. Start in about a minute. I don't know about you guys, but my brain is had a lot of calls to make today. That and dealing with adjusters is... that's not supposed to happen. Oh dear. Do. Ah, there it goes. Ah! And we are back. 2 shadows over Loathing. Last time we left off, we completed a whole bunch of side quests, which was great, but now I think it is time to continue the main quest. But before I do that, let me double check. Rufus. Oh, I still need to see Rufus. Okay, well, we'll go see Rufus real quick. Go talk to Rufus. You seem to have taken a wrong turn somewhere, unless you were trying to get to a subterranean maintenance corridor filled with steam pipes. Maybe you were, considering it's SIT and all. You turn around and start to head back, but a homemade, well, classroom maid probably, Maintenance robot trundles into view and turns a valve wheel. Hot steam shoots out of a nearby pipe, blocking your exit. Hey, robot, turn that steam off. Boop, boop. Well, fine, I'll do it. My beep, beep. Oh, come on. This seems a whole lot of pain. We just used my hot armor. Grumbling, you walk through the hot steam to get out of the tunnel. Since you're pretty well protected, it doesn't hurt, but now you're all moist and damp. Ugh. Gross. Maybe you should have just scrapped the dumb robot after all. You, Rufus. Oh, hello again. What's the next step? I don't have to go back in the sewers, do I? Ah, no, this will be much more straightforward. Well, your part of it will be anyway. That's what I like to hear. I need to find some way to broadcast the quantum signal from this Fishman Pearl over as broad an area as possible. And I figured the most robust transmission network available is the Kamisha radio band. The nearest broadcast tower is the Radio Shack at WGCR in the Big Moist. Not the Big Moist again. Okay, what do I do there? Just take the transmitter I built and plug it into the console. That will transmit a special frequency out over the radio, and I just need a bunch of different test readings so I can adjust for signal latency, data loss, and so forth. All you have to do is find as many random radios as you can. Tune into WGCR and use this receiver to test the transmissions. At least 10 different radios should be enough. Let's call it 11, just in case. Okay. I think I have like one radio. Okay. Well, I do know that I need to go to the Big Moist. Here we are. The Radio Shack. Ha ha ha. You notice a big bound rock, half submerged in the swamp. It's an ancient mammoth coprolith. Da-da-da. You can almost tell what the mammoth had for breakfast. Oh. Hello. Yoink. You stick your hand into the hole, grab the first thing your fingers brush against, and yank it back out. You got the Shadow Milkshake. What'd you get if instead of a soda jerk, your local cafe employed a soda nihilist? Increases your mysticality by 1 and your maximum ATP by 2 until you use another potion. Alright. That'll be useful to have later, I'm sure. There's some guys hanging out here looking stoic and cool. And a gator man with more than the usual allotment of teeth. Hey, who are you guys? We are radio technicians. Why are you standing here in the dark? Why not? Is there a radio? There's nothing to see. You got me there. The machinery looks weird. Are you speaking of the battery units that appear to be powered by outer space? Or some form of negative energy or something like that? Yeah, that's strange, right? They are not standard issue, it is true. So, I cannot tell you any more about them. Aww. So what's this stuff for? Always with the questions. Sorry, I'm just curious by nature. I will not reveal to you our employers' plans. Their plans to use this equipment to broadcast their voice across this country once she has assumed full control of the government. Aw, please? No! Stop asking. Oh, shucks. Can I sneak around? A couple of pieces of tape stuck to one of the Brits. Oh! The swamp water has leaked in through the hole and wet in the floor. Oh well. Days when these were past your good shoes, or when these were your good shoes, are already long past. Okay, can I just... Oh. These bricks have been inexpertly mortared together. A red fern. Something really depressing must have happened here. Hmm. Where the red fern grows? Do I have anything to help with muscle? The Monster Club sash. Stetson. That should be enough. There we go. Ah, those bricks were there to cover up the fact that this brick was missing. Lamest conspiracy ever. I don't know what the point of that was. Oh, there is now a breeze. Two holes you've opened in the walls are letting swamp water in and also out again. I expect them to cancel each other out, but I guess not. Fluid dynamics are a mystery to me. Hi, meeting again. Playthings. Sure you're okay with me just wandering around like this? Well, not entirely. But our orders were very specifically to protect the main equipment, so we have no argument with you as yet. Frankly though, you are getting on my nerves a bit. Sorry. Hey, about this water. What about it? I just wanted to point out that it isn't stagnant, it's flowing from one side of the room to the other. Ah! Running water! One of our several very common weaknesses. Water burning? Irony terrible. Vampires make for the door, but get in each other's way. Wait, they're all vampires? I didn't realize that. Dissolve to ash that is quickly washed away. I'll hook up Rufus's gadget. You plug in Rufus's gadget, and the console starts emitting a different series of beeps than it was emitting before. Apparently this machine was powered by evil, or at least weird. Oh, this thing looks pretty cool. Also looks very lightweight. Got the glowing lightning ball thing. Oh, it's something I can put in my room. Sweet. Are those guys sharing one bed? Wait. Why isn't it a coffin? This is important to look good if you're on the radio, so this thing has a first aid kit instead of a mirror. Hi, Fat Cat, welcome! Radio people were probably saving this stuff in case anyone ever invents video, and then they have to go to war. Flush the toilet. Hooray! Wants you to find 11 radios out in the world. Well... I think Monster Shack might have one. Oh, it's the same guy who's like, get out of here! Oh, there's a radio. Oh, can I test the radio? Any chance? Oh. Any chance you can get a WGCR on that radio? Can't get any station right now. Sorry. Hey. Alright, well. Hi, Froxus. I assume that was Froxus. Yes, okay. Your username was like partially cut off. Where is Dolphin House? The Leather Brothers, Largemouth Bass and Sons. Okay, visit. Okay, nope. One more day? Mess hall. And it's Christmas vacation. Lucky. Oh. Suddenly, silently, a flock of shadowy bats fly up out of the swamp, leaving not a single ripple on the surface of the water as they do so. It is quite frankly the gothiest thing you've ever seen in your life, and you've probably fought actual vampires right now. Other void bats. Nice. Hi, Jack. Whee! My elemental armor up and at him. Pesto still Toto. Nice. Okay. Clobber. Whack 'em. Aw, yeah. Woohoo! You won! Get back to your Bauhaus album cover, you stupid bats. Mm. Oh, there's a jukebox. There we go. You tune the radio to WGCR and hold Rufus' gadget up to it. The thing clicks a few times and the little needle on it goes up to 1. Well, we found 1. My room's starting to look pretty cool. Oh, I wonder, maybe the hobo camp? Do 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 do. Ah. Here we go. You store the radio the way you found it, making your mom proud. Aww. Nice. Dirge's house? Kitty. Ishmael. New cat unlocked! Only one cat's favor as a cat. Ah. Item drops. Mysticality. We get Ishmael's boon. You're still here, dude? All the kitties. Zimmer's house? Call him Ishmael. I know. And the funny thing is that the person that he lives with is an old sailor. As the two of you are walking down the street, Molly suddenly stops and gestures at a nearby gun shop. Oh, hey, I know this bulldogger. Hang on a second. You want to go shopping? Nah, I just want to get my typewriter a quick tune-up. The side on it's kind of hinky. Get yourself a piece of cake. I'll be right back. You don't see any cake around here, disappointingly, but Molly returns presently with a freshly polished Tommy gun and a cheerful grin. Now we're hitting on all sixes. Come on, Buck, let's wiggle on. Here I thought Gabby was hard to understand. Door's locked. Day stand. Ha 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 ha. Alright, no radio up here. I do like the day stand though. Miss Brewster's might have one. I think a Tommy has 6 cylinders. As you're walking through Ocean City, you see a couple of stranded motorists trying to change a car tire. Their efforts aren't amounting to squat, though, because they just don't have a jack. Lift the car for them. You hold the car up long enough for them to change the tire. Modern cars don't actually weigh all that much. There's a radio. And a shadow pocket. We got a shadow salad. Be funny if it weren't so terrifying. Increases your mysticality by 1 and the damage of your magical attacks by 5. Pretty nice, actually. Actually, I already finished that one last time. I painted all the fences and we turned our friend who was a tree back into a real person, but turns out it's been a while. So he wasn't a little boy when he changed back. He was an old man. But he was still talking like he was a young kid. You stop short as you turn a corner and duck behind a lamppost. Down the street, 3 doughboys are hanging out in a thick cloud of smoke. I remember this one. On closer inspection or distant squinting, none of them have cigarettes, so where's all the smoke coming from? One of them is waving his arms mystically. Are they conjuring flour? It's a good trick, but it doesn't seem like a great idea to stand there breathing it. Demonstrate the hazards of open-air dust fires. You casually stroll into lit match flicking range and flick a lit match at the cloud of flour. The flour ignites, producing an extremely sweet fireball and 3 smoldering doughboys who flail around comically for a minute before running away. Oh, one of them dropped his hat. Womp womp. Not a war crime. Code says meat stash, fourth tree to left of church, back row. 1, 2, 3, 4. The wallet. Thanks, kindly hobo. Nice. Got some extra cash. On the side of one of Crystal Dream Lake's many trees, you see something curious. More accurately, you see something strange, which makes you curious. It's a glob of sap that has hardened into amber, but it shouldn't be here. It normally takes centuries for sap to harden this much, and this tree can't be more than a few years old. Collect the amber. Carefully dislodge the amber from the tree. Leave before the tree gets mad. Bees. Well, there's a radio. Nice. That was 4. Check the museum. Ah, Mushroom Cave. New location unlocked. Sandwich Museum. Kitty. Hecate is gloomily staring at an empty dish. Oh, poor Hecate. I don't have anything for you. I'm sorry. Nope. Nope. I can't go into any of these. Okay. So now the museum. You have a pocket of meat. I'm not the one who decided to call it that, okay? You wander off the main path and stroll along amongst the trees for a bit. It's nice to get out in nature for a little while, at least until you walk into an invisible spider web and it gets all tangled in your hair. While flailing around, disgusted, trying to get it off you, you stumble into a second spider web, which goes straight across your face. Ugh. And that's how, staggering blindly, you got yourself tangled up in a third spider web. This one much larger and stronger, and made to trap prey of more or less your size. Extremely large spider sitting in the corner of the web looks delighted to see you. And as much as spider can smile, this one's smile has poison dripping off of it. Break free and escape! Punch out the spiderweb. With a yell of power and or terror, you yank yourself free of the webs and run away, leaving behind an annoyed and disappointed spider. Whew. Maybe there's something in the future? Well, even if there was, I doubt it wouldn't make any sense to do that. Never mind. Nice man, ask him for candy. Outhouse rentals. I'm kind of curious about the cave. You see a familiar-looking person heading toward you on the path. As they get nearer, you realize the reason he looks so familiar is because he looks exactly like you. Again. You opt to avoid the encounter for now, though you get the sense that the forces of paradox won't let you run away forever. Oh dear. This huge writhing mass of fungus must be why they call this place Mushroom Mountain. Hmm. Alright. This one's a little bit more sturdy. Alaka-cheddar! Got him. You reduce the amounts of fungus in the mountain by a small amount. There's still a lot of fungus remaining. But you get a Mushman spear. Oh, I don't necessarily need to do anything here. To the distillery. Whoop. Aw, nuts. Hold the line. I stepped on some weird kind of mushrooms. Spores all over my good dancing shoes, for crying out loud. Dancing as in actual dancing or as in back alley shootout? Well, why'd I want a different pair for each? They ain't that dissimilar. She wipes the spores off her high heels with a leaf and hands it to you as though you'll know what to do with it. You got fragrant spores. Oh, some hobo code is painted on the side of the barrel. Be careful not to drop your handkerchief in this barrel. You reach into the barrel to see if anybody ignored the advice. And they did! You got the booze-soaked handkerchief. This hanky is soaked in some nice-smelling schnapps. +5 stench armor. Sweet. Alright, doesn't look like there's any radios in here. I doubt there would be anything at the junkyard. Oh! We'll check out the store. There, I play pencil and paper games that stretch imagination, like how do I get the players to stop going full murder hobo? You really can't, you just have to kind of work with it. You got shadow rope. Combat item. In the evening, the shadows grow longer. Once they grow long enough, you can use them as a lasso. Lasso and confound an enemy. Oh dear. The proprietress of this empty store has nothing of proprietor. What do you sell here? What do you think? Crystals? You'd sure think so, wouldn't you? Ha! You'd sure think a crystal store next to a crystal mine would sell crystals, wouldn't ya? Please, you're using too many italics, I can't focus. Let me tell you a little story about a young woman whose name is me. Oh, I love little stories. Please don't. My parents wanted me to go straight to college, so that's what I did. But college girls, they're only thinking about one thing. Getting a degree so they can work in a mine. I'm not like regular girls, guy. I want to sell the things that come out of a mine. Sure, gases and such. So I dropped out and moved across 13 states to the best crystal mine in the country. When I arrived, the mine was out of business, and now so am I, before I even got started. Want me to check out the mine? Yeah, and break me off a couple of crystals, you were thinking. Not asking you to clear out the whole mine, man, but just a few crystals I can afford to send my whole sorority down there. The Gumbuckle Mine. You push through the woods and into a small clearing and discover a group of 3 vampires. Because apparently you aren't allowed to discover anything good in any of these clearings. Well, I say 3 vampires, but there's 1 vampire, 1 bat, and a small cloud. So it could just be a vampire, her pet bat, and the leftovers of a beans lunch. I assure you, we are all 3 vampires. Ah, crap, she heard me. Well, what's the deal here? Are you demonstrating vampire evolutionary line or something? What? Yeah, you know, like the bat evolved out of the cloud and then the humanoid vampire evolved out of the bat. No, is it a bat caveman vampire? No, if anything, this is more like the 3 states of a vampire matter. What? You know, solid, liquid, and gas. Bats are liquid? Look, the metaphor is not a perfect one. Are we going to fight or what? Keep talking. Honestly, I'd rather keep talking about vampire physics. This is interesting. If E3 are solid, liquid, and gas, that implies the existence of a 4th kind of vampire, right? Look, I already said it's not a perfect... Well, actually, yes. Now that you mention it, there is a 4th vampire. Plasma vampire? Yes. When a vampire is destroyed by sunlight, they sometimes become a high-energy but short-lived vampiric spirit, which we call Roy, which, now that you mention it, is rather analogous to the plasma state of matter. Neat. Well done. I have never thought of this before. You are very intelligent for a human. Ah, heck, I was just kind of stalling for time, to be honest, but maybe bats are liquid. Everyone turns and looks at the bat, shrugs wordlessly. I should go find other vampires with which to discuss the implications of this. Good evening, human. The vampires disappear into the wood, leaving behind the remnants of their picnic. You gain some XP and some cosmetic wine. Foreman's office. Pull it all off. Uh-oh. But we found another roof. We found another radio, so perfect. Cabinet is securely locked. There's a note, or there's nothing on this desk except a very old pink slip. Reason for termination is listed as shirking of elevator maintenance duties. Yoink. Filing cabinet that's newer than the rest of the furniture, but it's still pretty wrecked. Just some shoes. That probably made sense to somebody at some point. You get the flip file flip-flops. Makes your steps more organized. Elevator is rusted into functionlessness. Alright, time to go back to the past. 1906 calendar. Empty bird cage. They must have run out of canaries. Oh no. There's a jacket hanging on the coat rack, which I guess makes it technically a jacket track. Key in the pocket. Ooh. You got the key for the cabinet. I want to see what's in the cabinet now. Got a can of elevator grease. Nice. Too far gone for grease to help at this point. You really hope somebody got fired for doing such a terrible job of taking care of this elevator. Oop, I meant to go through the door. Give it a good greasing. Squirt here, dollop there, and kapow. This thing will run like a charm for at least 22 years. Nice. Support beam lousy with termites. That's not good. This table is bare except for a note reading IOU1 helmet. Very large, oddly spherical rock. It has a hole drilled into it. Shine your flashlight in the hole. Your flashlight reveals sparkly colored crystal inside. It's a geode. Okay. So maybe if I go back to the present. Haha! Down we go. The geode is still there, I guess. Looks like it's caved in. Big crack in the wall here. Break it open. Nice. Oh dear. Old knapsack leans against the support beam. Antique blue jeans and a miner's journal. Simple journal from a simpler time. Can I read it? January 4th. Opened a side passage into a new cave, a real big one. Lots of nice crystal outcroppings. Should be a real good haul. Also a bunch of big stone pillars. They look like the kind you get when a stalactite and a stalagmite touch and keep going. But they're mostly common limestone, and these don't look like any limestone I ever saw. Too red. Pretty creepy. Probably I ought to chisel one open and see if there's anything good in the middle. January 5th. Brought my chisels today, but I don't know what I was thinking. Dripstone columns don't have anything special in the middle of them. That doesn't make any sense. Gathered some of the regular crystals instead. Maybe tomorrow I'll bust into one of those columns. Just to see, Be some really, really good and shiny treasures inside. January 6th. I am 100% certain that there are no treasures inside those pillars. I don't even remember writing the last bit of yesterday's entry. And that's why I, Ezekiel Pixley, am definitely going to open up all those pillars and claim their incredible treasures all for myself first thing in the morning. January 7th. Had my hammer and chisel all ready to go and gave one of the columns a great big kiss. Kinda made me stop and wonder what I was doing. Read back through this diary again and decided to blast the tunnel closed and skip town. As far from here as I can. I'm leaving the diary in case anyone else finds the mine. Don't dig out those back tunnels unless you want the shiniest, sexiest treasure you ever saw, or my name ain't Ezekiel Pixley. Which it is. It's completely me writing this. Go ahead, open the tunnels. It's fine. A column of frosty basalt. You compliment the basalt until it warms up to you. Got some frosty flakes. Cart full of mine tailings. Runs an amount of musical meat in the rubble. We've got a bottle cap ring. Can't take more than 5 damage at once. That's actually really useful. A shadow rift. Huh. Was my head always a pickaxe? No. Pile of rocks. A cohesive whole. Part of nothingness is missing here. I don't know what the point of this was. Clearly there's something I gotta do. mean to go through there. A little bit more convoluted than I thought. I believe it's the hardware store I'm supposed to go to. Hello, sir. Termite poison. Got any termite poison? I wish. Regulatory agency made me stop selling it a few years ago because it was quote-unquote killing everybody who used it. Ah, so more of an everything poison then? Yep. What good for termites, though. Ineffective pesticides. Maybe I need to go back in time and ask him. Ah, here we are. Termite poison. How much for this jar of termite poison? Be 22 meat? I'll take it. You buy the pesticide and place it very carefully in your sack. Why you don't get any of that on your skin, don't breathe the fumes, and don't pour it down any drains or rivers or otherwise let it get into the groundwater. The jar starts to melt, get a fresh jar straight away. Thanks. Woohoo! Okay. Back to the mine. Squeeze the rocks. Down we go. Owes it. Get out of here before the poison starts to set in. Yay! Dynamiting helmet. Nice. And an extremely enthusiastic rat has chewed a hole in this sordidly locked steel cabinet. You rode around in the cabinet and managed to find a stick of dynamite within arm's reach. You got a 22-year-old stick of dynamite. I need a match. Hang on. I shouldn't have wasted my match. Dag nabbit. Back to the hardware store. Just off to one side of the trail, you see two things at roughly the same time. The first thing is a whole flock of those horrible murder fairies dancing around merrily and laughing in a shrill little voice. The second is the bloody carcass of a medium-sized bear that they're hopping up and down on, and occasionally chewing. And here's the third thing. All of the fairies stop what they're doing and turn to look at you. One of them pulls out a revolver and giggles. Another flips open a straight razor and makes a noise that sounds a lot like a confused and dying bear. Take 'em on, let's go. Get 'em all. Ouch. might help. Alright, maybe not. There we go. Probably because I focused on muscle at the moment. Ow. Ow. Got a fairy knife. Causes target to bleed for 3. Let's suppose you have any matches. Yay, match! Thank you. Back to the mine. You hear raised voices and sounds of commotion nearby, then head in a direction to check it out. As you get nearer, the voices become clearer. Somebody is yelling for help. You pick up the pace and soon find a small glade in the middle of the woods, filled with odd little structures and large, beautifully colored butterflies. Something feels a bit off about the whole scene, though, so instead of rushing in, you crouch in the bushes and creep around the perimeter, looking for the source of the yelling. One group of the butterflies is nearer to the bushes than the others, and as you get closer to them, you can see that they have human bodies. Ah, geez, it's more of those horrible little fairies. They seem to be giggling maniacally about something. Hee. Think we ought to mess with them, Mike. They're creepy. Ah, shut up, Jim. It ain't afraid of some weird butterflies. Sound uncannily like regular-sized human voices? Weird. Are they mimics? Parrots? Hey, get off of my ear, you little varmint. What the? Ah, my eye! Get it off me! Get it off me! Well, it seems par for the course for these guys. We found the fairy lair. We'll deal with it later. Alright. Time to blast some dynamite. Let's go. Bombs away. You've seen some disappointing explosions in your life, but that one really failed to make even a dent in the cake. This rock must be made of tougher stuff than a relatively fresh stick of dynamite can handle. Well, dang. Do I need to get more dynamite? Maybe. Dynamite becomes less stable as it gets older. Is this safe at all? Never said it was. I think I have to get another stick of dynamite. Maybe if I'm lucky, I can grab more from the thing. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go back to town to get another stick of dynamite, I think. I might be able to get it at the store. Oh, sweet. Alright. At least I don't have to go buy a stick of dynamite. This has definitely become a bit of an adventure, hasn't it? Light her up. Dag nabbit. Okay, maybe... Alright. I'll go grab another thing of dynamite. Stick it into the old geode. Come back through and light it in the present. Pick it up. And I have to buy more matches. Dag nabbit. Fine. You have any more matches, sir? Nope. Ooh, he does have a book, though. I'll go ahead and buy that. So I'll go back to the past, because I believe he has some extra matches for sale. I need matches. Yay. Oh, and they're like half the amount that he sells them for in the current. Nice. Your meandering height takes you near the lake, which may not have been reflected in the map display, but you'll just have to suspend your disbelief on that one. Molly picks up a flat stone and skims it expertly across the water. Nice one. Thanks. Hey, Bug, how big a rock do you think you can chuck? Round muscle isn't exactly my forte, but I guess I'd do all right. You pick up a fist-sized rock and pitch it into the lake with a splash. A loud plunk follows close behind, and you turn to see Molly picking up a softball-sized rock with a grin. That's impressive. Me look like a girly girl, but my Tommy's got a kick like a mule. Keep the rust off of these pistons, you know. Tommy, your boyfriend? That sounds kind of... My girlfriend's name is Nancy. Tommy is short for the M1921. Thompson's machine gun. Oh, right. I knew that. She heaves another rock into the lake and you try your best to match her, but it's not much of a contest. Okay. I hope this works. Like... Practically squirting nitroglycerin. Oh boy. The bluey? Oh, finally. That is a really big geode. We did it! Finally. Tommy, can you hear me? found the geode open, exposing a huge variety of crystals. You should go let Crystal know. I didn't realize her name was actually Crystal. I don't think anything would have changed here, would it? Yeah, I don't know what to do with that. You know that opera? No, I don't think I do. With a ruckus of mumbling, burbling, grumbling, and screeching, a whole crowd of very angry mushrooms storm out of the underbrush to attack you. Jeez, what is these guys' deal? Aw, man. Oh, they do look very angry, don't they? Of course. There we go. World's first rock opera, Tommy by the Who. Interesting. Hi, Joe Boy. Welcome. Aw, thank you. I don't have a hug counter, but that's a really nice idea, actually. I do have I think I do have a giggle counter, though. And a war crimes counter. Does the mind of mine break off anything expensive? Yes, in fact. You did? Well, that's just great. Hang on a minute. She leaves and comes back an hour later with 2 big armloads of crystals. Just give me a couple of hours and I'll give you a fully functional crystal shaft now, okay? Oh, what should I do in the meantime? Got some old magazines here somewhere. Ah, yeah, here they are. Read magazines for a couple hours. You spend a while reading, mostly op-ed pieces about political scandals from 20 years ago, but you manage to learn a thing or two. The proprietress eventually taps you on the shoulder. All set now. Don't suppose you want to make a purchase? You know, this magazine's fascinating. Hey, did you hear about the sketchy land grants up in Oregon? I remember my grandparents talking about it. Oh boy, that Mitchell. What a sneaky snake. Yeah. Anyway, got you a little something to say thanks. When I was going through the crystals, I found a small one that I can't really sell for very much, and I thought of you. You got a twinkling crystal statuette. Oh, thanks. What else we got in stock? Okay. Crystal chili pepper necklace. Ah, okay, so they're accessories. A pickle necklace? Oh, stench armor. Spooky armor. Actually, that would be really useful later, I'm sure. Crystal orb. Heal your entire party for your muscle. Ooh. Or your moxie. She looks much happier. Oh, these crystals. So many crystals. Yeah, I did get a little distracted, didn't I? uh... There's the stacks. Info. Thing in admissions. Not the gift shop. The astronomy place. Laundry room. The barbecuing. Alright, I think we're gonna just go ahead and sleep until the next day. Back to Ocean City. On to the next one. The room's starting to look more and more interesting. Get some sleep. Time for a weird dream. Let's go. A dream. I am a female now. Safe and warm. Today's October 20th, 1902. My diary. Write today's entry. This diary is property of Margaret, age 9. All others got to keep out under penalty of law. I can't read Arabic, so... Dear diary, yesterday our dog Daisy died. Papa said it was bound to happen because she was older than me, which isn't old for a kid, but it's really old for a dog. Said we'll need to get a new dog soon, but I was sad anyway. Some birthday. At school today, the teacher asked what we want to be when we grow up. I said I'll be God, because then I can make sure all the dogs live a long time and are always happy. Everyone laughed, and that big jerk Billy Gribsley said a girl can't be God. So I said I'll be president instead, because that's nearly as good. Said a girl can't be president either. Well, I'll show him. I'm going to make all kinds of laws about being nice to dogs, and I'll make sure being a jerk illegal so that Billy Gribsley goes to jail and can't eat nothing but bread and water forever. So there. Oh, she does not look nearly as happy. Your desk covered in Ocean City paperwork. Maybe she became the mayor? Poindexter, your insufferable bean counter. What do you want this time? What is it, Terrence? Madam Comptroller, I merely need your signature on these budget revisions. With this, the remainder of funds currently allocated to municipal services will be redirected toward your shadow presidential campaign and your other projects. Sounds a bit obvious. Rest assured, I am only sparing you the details, which you have made quite clear to me that you find intolerably boring. The transactions will be meticulously obscured through shell corporations, cutouts, offshore accounts, and the like. Alright, good. Better not be skimming more off the top while I'm gone than I'm willing to ignore. Certainly not, Madam Comptroller. Time to record the announcement of your candidacy for Shadow President. One of your PR lackeys carefully trained you to be just unafraid of you enough to tell you what not to say in public. Alright. Ahem. Attention, peons. Aw, jeez, don't call them peons, ma'am. Please try for a less totalitarian tone generally. Right, right. So something like, my fellow citizens. Good evening. I, Margaret. That's weird. The levels went all funny when you said your last name. Don't worry about it. Hereby announce my candidacy for Shadow President. Vote for me or else. Nope. Sorry, ma'am. No. Start by explaining who you are. Most of them probably don't pay much attention to local politics. All right. In my role as Ocean City's comptroller, I have made it my mission to eliminate graft affinity's finances, make sure you all get exactly what you deserve, rob you suckers blind for my own nefarious ends. Eliminate waste and graft in the city's finances. I am proud to say that I have been completely successful, though my program of shutting down needlessly wasteful civic programs, thereby reserving your valuable taxpayer meat for things that actually matter, ensuring none of you have the time or energy to protect my actions, forcing you to live in desperate squalor like the rats you are. Reserving your valuable taxpayer meat for the things that actually matter, like ultimate power, mom, baseball, and apple pie, family, prosperity, and freedom. Perfectly meaningless. Love it. Okay, and just a call to action to top it all off, and then we're done. A vote for me is a vote for you. Vote for me and I'll pay you 100 meat. Vote for me or I'll destroy you. A vote for me is a vote for you. Oh, that's great. Just perfect. Good. Is that all? Yeah, we'll add all the legal this message, blah, 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 campaign for Shadow President stuff at post. Great. I'm out of here. Ugh. Time travel makes my guts itch. This guy is a yokel even by the standards of his time. Time to grease the wheels. Mayor Burby, I presume? Yes? Who are you? I'm here to speak to you about the Crystal Dream Valley Dam project. I want to make this dam bigger, much more powerful. Here are some revised plans. A dam this large would flood the valley and displace hundreds of people. And besides, the dam as planned will provide a perfectly adequate amount of power. Why would we need to make it bigger? What a handshake agreement. What? I don't even know who you are. You want me to agree to this on the basis of a handshake? Specifically, I'm offering you the chance to shake hands with the handle of this large briefcase filled with meat. Oh, oh, now, yes. Yes, I think this new pen is quite viable. The desk was carved from a single block of tedium, the raw elemental form of boring work. And there's a sheep. There's a sheep in your office. What the heck? Turns out that a lot of the president's time is spent on ceremonial bull stuff that nobody actually cares about. Case in point, pardoning the Thanksgiving turkey. None of your aides know what a turkey looks like, apparently. Bah. Pardon the dang thing, anyway. Your desk covered in policy documents, both benevolent and malign. There's a note here about going back in time and making the Crystal Dream Dam bigger. Gotta get on that eventually. Your ridiculous court wizard isn't taking the situation seriously. Make it clear to her what is required. Give me the progress report on the SIT thing. Have you taken care of the problem yet? Oh, it's so dreary and unfestive there. All that math and science. It isn't holly or jolly. Screw your dang theme. Your entire job is dealing with magical issues. I won't have that do-gooding interloper messing around in the library. There's too much at stake. Get it dealt with, or I'm giving Crimbo's federal holiday status to the freaking groundhog. You wouldn't. Go! Get out of my office. 6 lockers. Some dumb jock kid that you have to give a presidential fitness award to. Hey kid, how's it going? Hi. Brilliant. Alright, by the power invested in me as the Shadow President, here's an award for being able to climb a rope faster than most kids, which is definitely important, and this is a great use of my time. Thanks? Do I give a speech? Whatever, I'm out of here. And this lady was really busy. Miserable beast. Deal with him. President strong, make rich. Yes, I know, and yes, you don't have to remind me of the terms of our two-word agreement. You're keeping your people mean and hungry. Yes, warriors mean. Warriors hungry. Good fighters. That's right. You're my ace in the hole, this stinking mud hole. If I need to use force, you'd better stay on top of things if you want your make rich. People keep worshipping at the Gator Shrine too, but for God's sake, don't mess with the stuff in the basement. If you screw anything up down there, I will turn you into wallets. Get me? Gulp. I get. Good. Ooh, that is wild. Duty calls. Useless oaf. Alright. More paperwork. How come nobody told me being president is all paperwork and talking to idiots? Sorry, ma'am, but the unwashed masses gotta be kept in line while we amass power. Yes, fine. I hereby sign this order declaring July 12th National Bread and Circuses Day. All citizens get a complimentary dinner roll and a free turn on the nearest suitable trapeze. Ma'am, I ain't sure that. Who cares? Let Coolidge deal with it. What is it even for, anyway? This is all beneath me. Hellstrom, what does he want? Alright, Hellstrom, let's hear your report. Hey! Have any plans for Christmas? My brother and his wife are coming after Christmas. They live in Tennessee. Forget where you are in Tennessee, but they're in Mascot. Oh. Well, I don't think they're anywhere near close to me because I don't think I've heard of Mascot, so they must be on the other side. Near Knoxville. Okay, yeah, that's quite a while. That's a whiles away. And my family plans on visiting my grandmother for Christmas, which we usually do every year. Love the drawings for this game. Aren't they fun? Everything's fine and dandy, ma'am. I don't rightly understand what this shadow energy stuff is exactly, or why you want so darn much of it. The converters are spraying it out, slicker and grease mice out of Gatling gun. Plenty of slag left over to press into those weird monsters you like. Finally, some good news. So you'll meet the project deadline? Yep, though we'll need to expand the oil drilling operation some more. Need you to sign this permit so as we can expand lots 210 to 240. Sure, whatever. Wait, 210 to 240? That a problem? My family's farm is 223. Ah, well, ma'am, if you're wanting your weird black juice, we gotta get the regular black juice out of the ground first. Alright, fine. Sorry, Grandpa. Gift wrapping is done. I still need to do gift wrapping. I'm actually finishing up another doll for a friend. I'm going to start recording a playthrough of a game for YouTube. Have a wonderful night. You too, man. Enjoy your game. We got a signal from a signal. Wait. We got a signal from a sickle. You know, the farming tool thing. It's over in Gray County somewhere. Mostly nothing but farms there, but there's a store that's been open since forever. The owner's name is Jasper. He knows Murray, and he'll probably help you out. Here's a map. This is a diner placemat. It's literally the shape of the map of the county in the middle of it. I'm just impressed that you found a way to give me an actual map while still also giving me a thing that isn't a map. Impressive. Calliope! Thank you. Good kitty. Over to the county. Chapter 5. Heartland of Darkness. Oh, wow. Look at all of that. Oh my goodness. Look at all those oil drills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Dang. Somebody has tied the car to this hitching post, presumably as a joke. Old watering trout appears to have been abandoned by everything except mosquitoes. Let's fish. Didn't catch anything. But Aldrin learned some tricks from the locals. Nice. Old man is fiddling intently with some clockwork thingamajig. Excuse me. He looks up at you with the squint of someone who isn't used to focusing on anything more than 6 inches away. Can I ask you something? I don't get a lot of conversation practice, young man, but last I knew it was standard to lead off with an introduction. Oh, sorry. My name's Rufus. Gwendolyn Luguti. What's your question? Let me think. Gwendolyn continues to tinker with his device. What's that you're working on? Oh, just a little thing I've been keeping myself busy with. What does it do? Nothing, on account of it being broken. Technically, that's what makes this thing such an interesting thing. But I need a replacement part, and there ain't much getting around that. What kind of part? Mainspring. Not usually a problem. But I need a counterclockwise one. Kinda rare. Maybe I can find you one? Well, now I ain't expecting much, but if you manage that, I'd appreciate it. Is there a clock part stored nearby? I used to buy parts off a doll maker named Gilmore, but that rat Hellstrom bought out his mortgage and foreclosed on him. Fell off without even a buy or leave. At least I assume that's what happened. No idea where he went. The house is still there, but it's real spooky now. Spooky? What happened? Well, nothing really. Just when there was a fella there acting like talking dolls are normal, they seemed normal. When he ain't there, they don't. Anyway, it's down the road a spell if you feel like having a look-see. Remember, what I need's a counterclockwise mainspring. Alright, ask about Hellstrom. Who's this Hellstrom guy you mentioned? Fat cat oil baron that's been going around buying up every patch of dirt big enough to drill a well into. I ain't want to talk about him. He's gonna get his soon enough. What's that mean? Don't mean nothing. Just an old man talking old man crap. Mm-hmm. A woman with long silver hair and a sultry smile is chatting with a burly woman wearing an eye patch. Long-lashed eyes sparkle at you behind her spectacles. Her voice is a purr. Hey there, sweet thing. I'm Iola Kinmundi. Nice to meet you. I'm Rufus Baker. Care to do a lady a little favor, Rufus? What kind of favor? I'm desperately thirsty. I need something specific. A glass of milk. Milk? A charming young man named Milkman Stan used to deliver the best milk in the county, but he's vanished mysteriously. The last anyone saw him, he was making a delivery to the Drexel place. Could you find him for me? Pretty please. Her eyelashes flutter as she makes puppy dog eyes at you. Happy to help. I knew I could count on you. Here, let me give you directions. Bring me back a glass of milk once you find him. Okay, sweetheart? Well, leave it to me. What are you two talking about? Oh, old friends and co-workers and so on. Xenia and I used to spend a lot of time reminiscing about them, but eventually it became clear we were just telling the same stories over and over. So we simplified it to just the names and made a little game out of it. Whoever says Norman McCrescent first wins. Okay. Technically, she said it, so... He's a firebug. Toolbox? Car-shaped pile of rust. Oh, I don't have enough hobo code knowledge. Door is barred from the inside. You'll have to look elsewhere for your tech. Oh, dang. I'll take the bus. Bud's Burger Barn. Visit our 0 Gray County locations. Proud to serve red cola. I kind of want to go to the Gilmore house. Oh, hey, Buck, there's a tourist spot not far from here. A real traditional old windmill. Wanna go have a look-see? Doesn't seem like something you'd be into, Molly. I ain't, but if I go another minute in this place with nothing to look at but smoking oil wells, I'm gonna flip my lid. Oh, what you gotta say? And I ain't been out this neck of the, in a month of Sundays. Farm country isn't a big destination hotspot for you? Shocking. Believe you me, Buck, I got out of here as soon as the getting was good. Wait, are you from Gray County? Yeah, you better keep that lip zipped. I don't need it advertised that Molly Buttons came from a long line of Rubens and hayseeds. My house was down this back road. I'm gonna go have a look-see. Maybe my childhood pig sticker is still there. Okay. Looks like the old trap's still standing. Pop knew how to build 'em. Much good it ever did him or anyone else. Stupid tire swing. Waste of a childhood. Shoot it. Okay. Your nightstand, just where you left it, in this massive heap of garbage. Ah, there she is. You've had other knives, but you never forget your first. Molly learns knife trick. Nothing left in there. Think about how much of my life I spent in this shack. It really gets in my teeth. Take out your anger on it. Your nightstand. Shoot that, because why not? We'll waste all of our bullets. Pop's old oil burner has seen better days, though not heaps better. Well, this is new. Nice. How's that still going? What do we even have a bond for? Pop didn't raise any animals or anything at all, really. Mailbox? Nothing good ever came out of this tin bastard. Oh, what's this? It's addressed to me. It looks official. Trust the feds to send mail here instead of where I actually live. Cripes. This is a notice from the state pen where they got little Nancy on ice. As the only registered contact of inmate Nancy McGill, blah blah blah, pending final review, will be transferred to Bridgewater State Asylum for insane criminals. Oh God, no! He ain't sent her to the Laughing Academy. That place will kill her. The postmark on this a week ago. Okay. Oh, with bureaucracy, I'll probably still got a day or two. Hold on, Nancy. Think of something. Gotta get the heck out of here and come up with an angle to help Nancy. Time's a wasting. Let's cheese it. Hey, Molly, how is Buck? I got me a real tough slice here. I don't like asking for favors, but no, it's no trouble. After all, you've been helping me out with my weird nonsense. What's the problem? I'll tell you about my Sheba, right, Nancy McGill? Maybe. I don't know. She's doing time upstate because of a bank job that went south, but I got a letter saying they're moving her to a different, cooler soon to Bridgewater. That bad? Why are you troubled over Bridgewater? Bridgewater State Asylum for Insane Criminals? Oh, that does sound bad, now that you say the entire name. Nobody comes out of Bridgewater with their brains right. Sometimes they don't come out at all. They put people in Bridgewater just to forget about them. We gotta bust her out before the transfer and I'll never see her again. Nobody will. Jeez, okay. How long do we have? A couple of days tops. As soon as I think of a plan, I'll let you know. Okay. Man, that was a lot. RP Gilmore, what do we got? Nothing but a sack of old junk mail. Nature's bounty is being violently extracted by this monstrous machine. Page of what appears to be a diary tacked to this tree. Dorothy keeps giving me socks with holes in them. She can't possibly be trying to humiliate me deliberately. It's far too consistent to be a random chance. An old plowshare is leaning against the tree. Okay. Laura says Belgrande Bomb-Proof Shelter Company. It has a serious combination lock on it. No bomb's gonna guess this one. Nine reps! You can do it! There's a doll. An animate doll doing a workout routine? I'm sure it's fine and nothing to worry about. Workout, let's go. What a workout. I should probably put on stuff for spook. Let's see. Spooky. That's better. Although, yeah, we'll see. Doll parts. Just a bunch of creepy glass eyes. There's a book of children's horror stories on the childless man's table. Maybe it's for the dolls? Or maybe it's for you. Scary stories for spooky children. Grants upgradable skill Nightmare Alloy. Oh, that's actually really useful. The book was banned at school when you were a kid. The principal didn't think stories about dentists eating patients' teeth were appropriate for children, which is funny because that's exactly what ended up happening to him. Then you did have to hear about it. Dare you read on? Oh, totally. The first story is too gruesome for words. Literally, it's a full-color illustration of alligators squeezing into a school bus through the exhaust and eating all the passengers. Chilling, and all the more so because it could truly happen. Let's go! Second story concerns a group of children who trade baseball cards at school. It's all fun and games until the baseball players pictured the cards come to kill the children. Continue. I remember hearing about this one. Goosebumps reference. I thought it was like, was it Scary Stories for, or like, the Scary Stories books that had the really unique illustration. Scary Stories for Dark Nights. I think that's what they were called. They made a movie. I mean, those used to be super popular when I was a kid. Oh, you remember hearing about this one. A boy wakes up in a coffin 6 feet under. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, yes. They had 3 different books. I remember that much. E-tie Dodie Walker. Dinky dinky golly molly dingo dingo. That one was always a weird one. Never heard of the series? What? Are you kidding me? Those were so popular when I was a kid. It was almost impossible to get them from the library because everybody kept taking them out. A boy wakes up in a coffin 6 feet under. This terrified you as a kid, and now you're more disturbed by the part where the boy gets out of the coffin and spends the next 40 years self-medicating his trauma until he dies of alcoholism. Ah, old tale of Farmer Borg and his daughter. You'd hate to run across them on a rainy night. I might explain it. I only read stuff that was there at the library, and your mom said no to Goosebumps. Oh, yeah, these were arguably more terrifying than Goosebumps simply because of the illustrations. The illustrations are what sold it. Hang on. I might be able to find. Let's see. Scary stories to tell in the dark. Images. Add jail. Oh no! I'll wait till he comes back then. Maybe I can see if my local library has the book and I can do some readings from it. It's been a long time since I've read some of the books, since I've read any of those books or any of the stories from them. Well, he's not jail. The more you read, the gladder you are that you didn't have access to this book as a child. Then again, it might have been prepared you for better for the nonsense you're dealing with now. Goodness gracious. I thought, don't dare, not today. I don't have enough XP to keep going. An entire crate full of horrible little mouths. Wait, 9, 8? Just 8 pages. That's good progress. The doll is screeching out gibberish on a tiny sheet of paper. And we found another radio. Yay! Page of someone's diary is pasted on the wall. Jailbreak. Welcome back. Okay, as I was saying. Let me show you really quick. So this is like the most common one that we used to see. But yeah, the illustrations were what were really the creepiest part of them. And then they did have they made a movie a couple years ago, which I actually liked rather much, even though I'm definitely biased. This one was also really creepy. So yeah, scary stories to tell in the dark. If you ever have children that like spooky stories, highly recommend the books. Anyway. Yeah, next Halloween. Edith's violin is too loud for me to relax at night, but if I take it away, she screeches horribly. I wonder if I can find her a smaller one. 4 eggs. A doll is throwing eggs at you from atop the cabinets. Warm hands. Nice. Eggs are a part of a complete breakfast. Hey, be nice. 4 eggs. Someone has pasted a page from the diary to the wall here. Must correct Velma's mechanism so she'll squeeze the toothpaste from the end of the tube instead of the middle. I'm losing a fortune in wasted paste. Modern fridge. Got a fruity ice pop. Oh, come on. If it's bare. Got a box of wafered corn cereal. Now it is indeed bare. Oh, we got the spring. Yay. Anything else? The drawer you can reach without having to get too close to the doll. Got more junk mail. Got a fuse and a sharpening stone. So 9, 8, and 4. 3. One of those newfangled plastic-handled toilet brushes you read about in all the papers. Got the newfangled toilet brush. Flush the toilet. Something defective with Ruth. She's doing twice as much of everything that she ought to be. Must have gotten her gear ratios wrong. The sink is currently occupied by a very creepy talking doll espousing the value of good hygiene. Beach! Managed to reel something in. We got shadow wine. A shadow milkshake. A shadow clarinet. Interesting. Eight hours of sleep. That must be Edith. Got a doll-sized chemistry set. Nice. Creative doll parts. Oh my god, why do dolls even need hearts? It's just pointlessly creepy. Diary page from under the pillow. I'm stuck in a rut. Every day is the same routine. Eat breakfast, get dressed, brush my teeth, exercise, work on my novel, go to bed over and over. Always the same. I thought the dolls would help, but they've only made things worse. I feel like I might go crazy. In fact, that sounds like a pretty good idea. I think I'll start right now. Oof, that sounds really terrible. However, let's see. So, eat breakfast. So, the number 4. Get dressed. Brush teeth would be 3. Exercise would be 9. Work on the novel. Go to bed. 8 hours of sleep. You only need 2 socks at a time. So 2. A dresser. Address it. Hello, dresser. If you're quick enough, you can probably grab those socks without getting eaten by a creepy doll. I don't really need those, so... just doll arms. I don't feel well. I think Gladys put something in my coffee. Not just eggs, like she always does accidentally. I believe this was purposeful. Perhaps I shouldn't have based their mechanisms on that strange old doll I found. Grace. I wonder where she went. Oh, not Grace. Let me read this again. So, eat breakfast. Yep. Get dressed. Brush the teeth. Exercise. Work on the novel. Oh, right. 8 pages? 8 pages. 8. Okay, so 4, 2, 3, 8, 9, 8. Blah, blah, blah. I read the note again. Okay, so eat breakfast, get dressed, that's 2, brush teeth, that's 3. Oh, then exercise, so it's 9. Work on the novel, that's 8, and go to bed. I was off by 1. Alright, so this one's actually supposed to be 9. Really? Yeah, 4 eggs, 2 socks, 3 minutes, 9 reps, 8 pages, 8 hours. I feel like that should be right. What am I missing? It'd be awesome to have a water tap just next to your bed so you can easily grab a glass of water without leaving the bed. Imagine hitting that in the middle of the night. Ooh, no thank you. Wait, it's supposed to be 948? How does that make sense? Apparently that was correct. I don't know why that was... Okay, that was weird. I can ruin any idea. Oh, hey! The man cringes and backpedals frantically as you approach. Stay back! How did you get in here? Did the dolls send you? The dolls are very upset with him. No, I'm not gonna be that mean. Dolls didn't send me. And who are you? What do you want? My name's Rufus. Are you Gilmore? Gwendolyn sent me over to see if you had a counterclockwise mainspring he could use. I already found it, but I thought maybe I should check on you in here. Been in the house? You seen the dolls? Ah! Look, they're a little creepy, I guess, but they're not that bad. They're just dolls. They're trying to kill me. Yeah, I saw your diary pages, but honestly, I think you're overreacting. Diary? Oh, you mean my novel? Novel? Yes, I've been writing an epistolary novel, in diary form, about a toy maker who goes crazy because he thinks his dolls are trying to kill him. Huh. And he nails the pages of his diary around the house and hides in a bomb shelter in his yard? Right, exactly. Okay, so you aren't actually scared of your dolls, you're just acting it out? Like method writing? No, the dolls are trying to kill me, just like in the novel. I'm not a psychologist, but I think you might be suffering from extreme confusion. You aren't the guy in the novel, you're the guy writing the novel. That's two different guys. The dolls aren't trying to kill you. Are you sure? You just freaked yourself out by writing a scary book with circumstances similar to your own. That's all. Maybe you're right. Okay, I'll come out just as soon as I finish the last chapter. Alright, good luck. Last diary entry is unfinished, but seems to be about the protagonist huddling in his bomb shelter, waiting for the dolls to come get him. Grim. The end. Everyone died. The end. Several pairs of Gilmore's undergarments are strewn about on his bed. You were caught unawares by his cot underwears. I think the crates would be full of food and water, but they're just full of reams of paper. Pile of unlabeled seal crates. Wow. That was interesting. Back to the feed store. Carrion birds surround an unidentifiable carcass. They scram when you approach, leaving a puzzle of bones behind. Well, I can't do anything with those right now, so... I suppose you found a counterclockwise mainspring. I did. There you go. Well, I'll be. Thank you kindly. Seeing as you've proven yourself the helpful sort, I'll have let you in the store. Pretty much all of us around here got a thing or two that could use doing. Swell. That was sarcasm, I hear ya. Gets up and knocks an odd pattern on the door to the feed store, and you hear someone inside removing the bar. Thanks. Gwendolyn continues to tinker with his device. I met the Gilmore guy. Oh, how's he doing? He was hiding in a bomb shelter because he thought his dolls were trying to kill him. That's a shame. Figures, though, don't ever put a face on a machine. People get too confused too easy. Even giving one a name is a bad idea. Guess so. Oh. Oh, there's another radio. What are you doing? Don't you know that at this very minute Mars is the closest it's been in opposition to Earth for a century? I was like, no, of course I know that. I studied at SIT. Actually, I never learned my teacher's name. Almost every transmitter in the world has stopped broadcasting for 60 seconds in case any Martian signals squeak through the radio. And have they? I don't know, you changed the station. Sorry. Don't sweat it. Mars was never my favorite planet anyway. Too much silica. The name's Oskaloosa. Oskaloosa Barnhill. Yes, that's right. My middle name is also Oskaloosa. Heard you helped out my friend Gwendolyn. You looking for any more work by chance? I'm always looking for work. That's so. How'd you like to go to outer space, kid? I sure would. Yeah, me too. Well, the closest you and I are going to come across space, I think, is a little piece of it inside Ammon Mulross's place. She shows you on your placemat where it is. A little piece, like, A meteorite? Exactly that. A giant chunk of the cosmos landed right in Ammon's lap. And between you and me, that's not right. Only thing emptier than outer space is that man's head. A meteorite. Even just a little piece of it. It ought to be in the hands of someone who will appreciate it. Take care of it. Understand me? So you want me to steal a meteorite? Exclusive where the wind comes down the plane? And that's supposed to be Oklahoma. Yes, you want me to steal a meteorite. Which ought to be a piece of cake, because just the other day the whole Mulross family mysteriously disappeared. Wait, what? Yeah, so you'll be able to waltz in there, I bet. Oskaloosa? That's an unusual name. My folks named me after the town where they met. Oh, where was that? Oskaloosa. What you playing with? Puzzle box. They're a real tricky pig of a puzzle, too. Maybe I could solve it for you? Oh, but then I won't have solved it, and they'll know that type of lock to put on my cell. Use Rufus's gadget. Yay! Various expired horse medicaments. Heavy sacks of hen feed. Rooster feed. Buffalo feed. Rooster feed. Lamb feed. Hen feed. Pig feed. Donkey feed. Bag of cattle feed. Ewe feed. Chicken feed. Goat feed. Ram feed. Cow feed. Hog feed. Steer feed. Cattle feed, horse feed, hen feed, goat feed, hen feed, horse feed, rooster feed, sheep feed, cow feed, goat feed, ram feed, horse feed. Oh my goodness. Okay. This old man seems like he's really into chess. Pig feet? No, feed. Hi there, I'm Rufus. How do? Pixley's the name. Grover Pixley. Say this might be a real fortuitous encounter. You got a minute to help an old man with something? If it's a chess thing, I'm afraid I'm not your guy. Well, what you need help with? I need a bag of fertilizer. Came in here a week or so ago to pick one up, but I completely forgot they don't sell it here. So I've just been playing chess with Farina instead. You've been playing chess for a week? Well, you know how it is with games. Just one more round, you say, and then the next time you look at the clock, it seems it must be lying to you. Anyway, I've been meaning to go to Grove Valley Orchard to see if they got any fertilizer to spare. If you happen to find yourself out that way, you could do me a real favor. Chess is not a force game. All right, I'll go. Hey, much obliged. Here, let me write down some directions to the place for you. 1 sack of fertilizer will be plenty for my purposes. Can't imagine they could spare that much. Person. Judging by her driving gloves and driving goggles, this woman must be into driving and or driving-related fashion accessories. Hey there, how's it going? Name's Farina. Hi, I'm Rufus. Nice goggles. Thanks. Did you cop a gander at my sweet breezer out front? Car? I was wondering why it was tied to hitching post. A lot of horsepower in that baby. Gotta keep her under control. I get it. Say, word is you're pretty handy in a problem-solving kind of way. Think you can help me out with a little something? What kind of something? See, my buggy's a real dynamo, but once you taste that kind of power, you're always yearning for more. Am I right? You want me to make it faster? I don't know a whole lot about cars. No worries, I'm not looking for advice. I already got my peepers set on a particular goal. There's an old Ford factory compound not far from here. Before they shut down a while back, they was working on a new kind of engine. One made of beans. Beans? Are you serious? As the day is long. I wouldn't have believed it either, but I saw a test run of one of the prototypes. Man, it ran like lightning. Right up till it exploded anyway. Where it is they fixed that problem, though. Just had to switch to a different kind of beans. And that final pre-production engine should still be in the factory. I just need someone to go snaffle for me. Sure it ain't nuts. Alright, I'll do it. Great! I knew you was a right guy. Let me mark the place on your map for you. As far as I know, the factory's been abandoned for months, so it ought to be a lead pipe cinch. Just grab the engine and go. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. How's your chess game going? Too easy, honestly. Grover's too cautious. You want to know the secret to chess? Sure. Control the middle and make everyone else get out of your way. Just like driving, and now that I think about it, life. Wendell refused to ride with her till he invented the airbag. I see. Keep out. The door is not messing around. It's also barred from the other side. Try the knock pattern. You knock the door in the same pattern you hear at the front door. Nothing happens. Wrong code, Jughead, one of the chess players mutters from the front of the store. It is back in an hour. Somebody scrawled, yeah, right, in the thick layer of dust on the counter. Well, I'm afraid that it is pretty much time for me to stop for the night. So we will continue this next time. Honestly, though, I think the story is getting more and more out of hand the longer we go further in. But I do really, really enjoy just the silliness. It's so simple, but it's genius. Just like every video game ever. Yes, but they actually do this on purpose with this one. Like, not all video games try to do that on purpose. You too, fat cat. Wait until Dark Side Detective. Oh no. Let's see who's on. Let's see, Lovable Zero is on. Ginger's on. Not a lot. Let's do Lovable. I don't really get to raid her very much. If y'all noticed, my my channel header for my Twitch channel has changed. That would be because Miss Lovable was the one who designed that for me. Anyway, I'm probably gonna be busy on Saturday, so I don't think I'll be able to do a stream. In which case I will probably not see you guys until Sunday. But we'll have to see. There's a lot more stuff now that Christmas is like right around the corner. So, you know, more and more obligations outside of streaming that have been coming up. I'll try to stream the next time that I can. But, yeah, just keep an eye out, I suppose. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and raid Lovable. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!